Alright, so I'm going to, this isn't really a tutorial per se, this is just me messing around with a mod idea I want to do. I've played around with it a bit already, doing my own sword, but I want to see some other tests, so this is just follow along and see how things work out. So you will probably learn something, or it might help you with something, but I've picked up a couple new things to do and new ways to do things, so I'm going to be doing those in this video. So if you think you might be needing some help in creating your own weapon mod or any other mod or replacer mod, really, this might give you some needed information. So I'm going to create a sword in the game Bladesong and export it as an STL from the game and import it into Crimson Desert with textures and everything. I'll probably also make a scabbard for it while we're in there. So I'm going to replace the Chill Fallen sword just because it's an easy one to use. It has its own unique scabbard, if I'm not mistaken. So catalog in the Crimson Desert modding studio, Crimson Forge, which you can get off Nexus. Catalog features makes it easier to find things, so you could either go through and actually find the weapon this way, or you could just chill. There it is. It tells you everything that's, well, parts that are attached to it. Double click it or hit open and explore and it brings it all up here. So let's see what we can do from that. So we're going to export the sword itself as an OBJ. Import those into here. I'm going to grab the folder and the file for the scabbard. And then we need the XML for both, and the icon. Now we got those. Alright, this is 5 submeshes, and I want to try to actually use each of those submeshes instead of deleting ones out of the system or hiding them or whatever, because apparently there is a vertices cap or triangles cap per submesh of 65,000. So if you can get up to 65,000 each of those, you can get more in your model without having to lower it so much. So we're going to try that and see if it actually works. So start up Bladesong. So this is a cool game. It's a blacksmithing game. where you play through as a blacksmith doing all this different stuff, but you also have a creative mode where you can just build swords. And I say swords, but if you go on their Discord or YouTube channel, you can see that people build all kinds of things from firearms, shields, entire game sceneries, robots, all kinds of stuff. So I've already created my own fantasy swords. And you'll see this in game once we get in there. And then I created a scabbard for it as well in here. So this is actually all hollow because the sword, you have a sword this big, you can't actually unsheath it with your normal human-sized arm. The blade would be too long, so part of the scabbard's open so that it's easier to pull out at an angle once you get it mostly out. But yeah, we'll see that later. So let's create a new and simple sword real quick. Like I said, this is just to mess around with the idea. Getting an easy, simple thing in without having to do too much. My sword has a lot of, it's way too complicated. I had to have it simplified by a professional. My scabbard was very easy. That went straight in, no problem, because it was basic. Alright, go a little thinner. Maybe a little thinner on the blade. Put a point on it. No. Cross section. And I am in no way a professional. When I say professional, it's a game. I'm not an expert at doing this. There are people that can make crazy things. I'm still pretty simple and basic with it. Alright, and we want to do another cross section. Bring this over. No, wrong one. There we go. Go to about there. A little more sword-like. I can tell you right now, this sword is way too long. So, go to here. The handle mode. You got all these cool things to play with and do stuff with. I'm gonna keep it relatively simple. That's way too big. I mean, you can shrink things, don't let me make it sound like you can't. Because you can. Actually. Nah. I'm gonna use... Where is... should have thought about this earlier. Well, whatever. That doesn't fix that issue. No. Feel free to skip through any of this crap that you don't need or isn't necessary. Whatever you're trying to figure out. Not all of it will actually be useful, I'm sure. That's fine. Cool handle, cool handle. Makes the scabbard, the tang go in too far though. It's like no matter what, the tang is just too fucking, it's too fat. Alright, we're gonna go with that. That's what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. My handle can be one part probably. Let's see how it goes. Why are they all round? Like, none of them are actually oval. Okay, some of them are actually oval. No, that's still round. Alright, so, very stupid, dumb, simple sword. And a fuller. Good enough. Okay. Sword. Lines. Yes. Alright. I gotta put some glow in there, so. Let's do. This is by no means a particularly cool sword, in my opinion, or a good example of what you can do in this game. Because you can make a lot of crazy stuff. But this is what we're gonna go for now, so. Finalize. Alright, and now, oh wait, I need share, magic words. Now I can put them in here. Create a copy. So there's a couple different ways to make scabbards in this game, but I am going to go with a very simple method of making the blade fatter. Go fuller, take that away. Thickness, go up a bit more than the blade, and wider a bit more than the blade, not that much. There we go. Make it a bit better. Alright. Okay, and then to do any kind of craziness, I'm gonna grab where is you? Get this somewhere. There we go. There. It's coming through. And it is crooked because I moved that earlier. So now it's straight. So I don't need all this to be part of this. So alright. Have those things on the end of it. Yes, let's get rid of that. There we go. Bring this here. What the heck? We're gonna take that, do that. Finalize. Yes. Go back in. That should wipe what it knew about that one. Oh, it still thinks it's the same. Okay. Whatever. is just to give it some detail. So it doesn't look like a blank scabbard with nothing on it at all. He's got a square end and rectangles. Something. Alright. We'll put a glow on that. Alright. So now that is our basic scabbard. Alright. So, or sheath, whatever you want to call it. Get rid of the cross section too. Well, not get rid of it, but move it less. Blade blank. A little bit better. Okay, so we're going to export as STL. That's going to come up over here. Go to mod, demo, sword, demo sword sheath. We're going to go to here and get demo sword. Alright, and we're done with that. Sadly, we can't get textures from this yet, just the models. So, open up Blender. If you're still here, this is probably going to be a pretty long video, just a heads up. What? First time that's happened. Alright. Import STL. Bladesong. Oh no, we're in. Alright, let's do the sword first. So yeah, very big. So we're gonna have the blade be one part. this with the parts we can actually see. Action. Guard. No. Why are you grabbing those? So what did that say again? That's 5. I get 3, 4, 5. So we'll make this all 1. So to grab these, and if you don't know, I'm just hitting L while hovering over them while in edit mode, and they're highlighted. L just grabs everything attached. Alright, so P. Alright, let's see what's left that we can't see, if anything. I think there is. Oh, maybe not. Alright. Okay, so first thing we're gonna do, highlight all U. Oh no. Edit mode. Highlight all U. Why can't I do Smart UV Project? Alright, guess we're doing it one at a time. Ah, crap. Since there's nothing in there, I don't have 5. Let's break the handle up. Peace. L, P. Bring. There we go. So, Blade. Smart UV Project. Unwrap. Alright. There are probably easier ways or better ways or whatever to be doing this. But this is the way I know, so. Everything should now have a UV map. Back islands. RGBs for everything. Now we're going to make this all a lot smaller. Starting with the blade, this is probably the biggest. The glow is a problem. The rest of this seems fine, it's just the glow and the blade really. Alright. So the way we're going to do this is grab the sword, edit, A to highlight all, mesh, clean up, decimate. I'm going to do 0.5. I just took it down by half. Do it again. I do it in stages, that way I can keep an eye on it. Now it's going to do by 0.5 again. We're still not under 65. Still looks fine. Clean up, decimate. Now we're under 65, so we should be good there. And it still looks like a blade. So we're good. Alright, now the glow. And then all mesh. Clean up. Decimate. 0.5. Not quite there. Clean up. Decimate. And that gets us under. That seems to be fine. Alright. So that should be good. Unless I'm seriously missing something. Well, we're gonna find out. Alright, so all, Control A, all transforms, file, export, FBX, demo sword, select objects, mesh only, export, and there it is, much smaller. Alright. Import STL sword sheath. Well, the first thing we're going to do is edit, delete, delete. Alright, and we're going to delete these faces. Make it hollow. Ish. You'd have to go through and delete all of this as well to really get it to work. I am not doing that. Just gonna delete some for now. Ideally you would delete all of this because it is all a problem. But yeah. I said before, I know there's a better way, but I'm not really trying to be accurate or have it done perfect right now. We're not really going to be looking inside this anyways. Delete anything on the outside, right? No, no. Okay. How many mesh parts does... So it's just 2, 3. Okay. So we'll do that as 1. We'll do U is 2. Use glow. Just to be so you're aware, all things that are going to be glowing a different color have to be a different submesh. So these are both going to be glowing the same color, so they can be one submesh. Alright, let's see if there's anything left in here. This with. Don't look like it. Alright. So, delete that. And what do we at stats wise? Good. That's gonna go down, and that's fine. All. That should be good. I'm gonna do it one more. Because it's a very basic shape, so it's fine if it's a little. I'll leave that as is. Alright. Ah, crap. Forgot to do my forgot to do my UVs. Unwrap. There we go. Alright. Now to redo this. I could just just do point 2, that's fine. Yeah. Alright. Boom, boom, all transforms. Everything has a UV map. Oh, dang it. I didn't give anything material. No. Material 1. Oh, well, it'll be fine actually, because yeah. I don't care when we do the other thing. Alright. File, export, FBX. G-sample, selected. Export. Now that's there. OBJ. Demo sword. Chill. Sword. I'm gonna break this up and do what it needs. Alright. Alright, gonna do about scale. Always knows that that's 0 for everything. Alright, so we're gonna do this will be the glow. So click on yours. Click on the other one, so yours is dark orange, Control J, and it will move that into that. Blade, Shift, other blade, Control J, move that into that. Boom, boom, oh no, boom, boom, Control J. Boom, boom, Control J. What does this need to be a part of? Huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Blade, blade, join. Okay, so do ring, that, join, handle, handle, join, glow, glow, join, guard, guard, join. Okay. Alright. Object. All. Edit. So before, in my last one, this is what I was doing, and since then, I've just been hiding, like shrinking them down and hiding them, and only deleting some parts here and there as I need to, and other such things. But right now, I'm trying this method again because it lets me get more mesh. Control plus. I think we're gonna find out. Control plus. Delete. Delete. Faces. Control plus. Delete. Faces. There we go. Sword. Make sure UV maps are good. Yep. Alright. That should be good. All transformers, recenter. File, export, OBJ, demo sword, no folder. Put here. Selection only, triangulated mesh, export. Now that's in here. File. OBJ. Also, I'm sorry if I'm really quiet. I whisper to myself when I'm talking, and my microphone is not picking me up at the best. I don't know if it's an OBS thing or what, but maybe I just have a crappy headset. Alright, there's the scabbard. Bring in mine. Alright, no. Wrong one. IPX. There we go. Put that there for now. What about there? Alright, so hopefully the fact that this has a tassel on it does not become a problem. and make this thing move. That would suck. Alright, so jump. Castle, Control J. Scabbard, Control J. Trim, thing, Control J. Object mode, edit mode. Make sure we have that somewhat close as possible. First, let's get everything else set up. That's gone. That's gone. That's gone. EVs. Good. Transforms. Bring the sword in. Yeah. Pretty good. I'll transform. We're good on all that still. Yep. Alright. Grab it all. Export. OBJ. Oh. Dang it. I didn't rename. Okay. Now. Boom. Folder. Excuse my spelling if I get stuff wrong, because I will. Alright, so that's there. I'm gonna rename. Didn't export them properly. Copy. Alright, so I got the sheath and I got the sword. Mod. Minimize this. Bring this up. Alright, so sword. Import OBJ shift app. Sword chill. works. Nope. Relaunch. Try again. If not, I have to redecimate everything. Give it time to load. While it's doing that, this shouldn't be a problem. Import. Just gonna decimate everything a little bit. So hot on handle. So that put us to total. And we'll see how it goes. The sheath first. Yeah. So that one's good. Yeah. Alright, got them both. So we should be done. Review, but we might have to move something, so we'll see. Open up DMM mod manager. Put both of them in there. Activate, and mount, which will take a moment. Alrighty. See if they end up in the game. Now for the forever loading screens, which are slightly less forever, thanks to the last update. Well, that is definitely not choke on handle. Oh, yep, the gym is moving because of that task. Well, that sucks. Alright, so we're not going to be able to do emissives on the gym because we're going to have to attach it to the scabbard. The trim of the scabbard, so it's not doing any of that. Oh. Next, it is just blowing with the wind. Yeah, that's actually kind of funny. Settings. I only turn this on when I'm taking pictures because it tanks my PC, but it makes everything look so much better. And this is funny. Alright, as you can see, the sword's here, and the scabbard's here. That's funny. So this is my sword that I created in Bladesong, and it's scabbard. Yeah, which makes it so much better. So mine has like 6 different glowing colors, so I had to be 6 separate submeshes for each color. So we gotta fix the scabbard. This be part of that. So boom, boom, should just solve that problem for me. EVs, they're still there. All transforms. Export. Sheath. Yep, overwrite. Alright, bring you back up. Sheath. Delete. Do this again. Sheath, undo, delete, unmount. Bring it back in. Wait. Alright, I don't know which one I actually just did, so. Unmount. Both back in. And remount, and I'll be back when that's done. Alright, here we go. Okay, try to load back in, see what happens. Well, it doesn't look like the gem's bouncing around, so that's good. Alright, so it looks like they all ended up in game, so we can do textures now. So, boom, boom, delete, unmount. So, do the cheese. Doesn't need a UI. This is where the icon will go. Actual weapon textures. Sword. Sword. Photoshop. Nvidia export. Some quick basic textures. I'm not going to go in depth or do anything crazy. To do that. Okay. Merge into one. All transforms. Export. FBX. forgot to make a version where it all merged together so that it's easier to paint and get textures out of it. Alright, so that should be that problem solved. Alright. No, it's still... Oh, gosh darn it. I'm so dumb. Actually, it was probably fine because... Yeah. I was just reading these other materials, so none of them were probably actually in there. Still have my UVs right, yeah. Overwrite. Then scabbard. It's already one material, so it's fine. Okay. Third time's the charm. Boom. There we go. All one. Alright, bake. I'm also not great at Substance Painter, so not great at any of the tools really that I use to make my mods. Just make them. Go with, oh, we got some wrong colors. I think that's just the ones that are inside and not being seen though, so that's fine. Alright, black mask. Polygon fill. There we go, silver blade. Black mask. Polygon fill. Handle. Black leather. Actually, you know what? Do a wood handle. Just picking colors that are gonna stand out. Look at that. Something, I guess. Alright, fill layer, color off, emission on, pure white, black mask. I'll use glow. So it looks like the blade got a little messed up when I was reducing poly count. Decimate, but that'd be alright probably. Alright, so like I said, super basic paint job, nothing fancy. Save as. Save. So for the version of export of texturing that we're going to do, I'm using Unreal Engine packed as the output template. I just have it renamed to Crimson Desert Mixed, so I have my MAMP and this as the name instead of what it is regularly. That's the only difference, is the name. There we go. Yeah. So. Sword. Export. And there they are. Once again, this is a longer video because it's not really a tutorial, it's just me messing around with mod idea of taking swords and things people make in Bladesong and putting them in the game so they can play with them. Alright. Let's do wood scabbard that matches the handle. There we go. Super basic wood scabbard with all that crap inside because I didn't delete it. Export texture. We're gonna go demo, GDS, sheath, select. Next one is the same. Empty. Got those. Photoshop. Nothing else. This will give you a better idea of how long it takes us to make these mods. Sometimes you run into problems and you gotta troubleshoot. Sometimes things just don't want to work. So things work, fall asleep first time, and it takes half the time it's taking me to do this right now, so all depends. Alright, drag in the sword textures. Alright, MA. Save as Photoshop. DDS. Color Alpha. BC3 10x10 DX10. Save. And now that's in the Photoshop. Get rid of it. This file. Save. also need to make a completely black one. Save as. I named the other one wrong. This is this. This is our emissive, so glow. There we go, all black. Alright, MG, channels, go to red. Control L, make it all white. And get this kind of pink and orange. Green, Control L, darken it up a bit, get some more metallic in there. Or a light scattering or whatever it's causing. I don't know, it looks good. There we go. Save as MG, DDS, Photoshop. Save. Normal. DDS, save. Normal map. 8, BC5. Alright, now we got all those. Nvidia tool exporter. MA. I've been doing BC7. Sword. DDS, save. MG, same, PC7. MG, DDS, save. And disk. BC, 4U grayscale. Emissive, same. Then normal, BC5U, normal map. Save. Now we got all of our Nvidia texture exported versions. For the sword, now I'm going to do all that again for the sheath. So, Photoshop. No, Photoshop's having problems. sheath textures and do this again. Photoshop, MA, DDS, Color Alpha, BC3, DTX10, there it is. And this doesn't have an emissive, so all we need is the all black disc. Don't need the glowing one. A, red, Control L, white, green, Control L, darken. Don't know why that's so light. Odd. Alright. Oh, because the rest of it's wood. That's right. Save as. Yes. Save. Normal, save as, DDS, normal map, BC5, alright, now we got those, back to carrot, this thing, MA, now we got all those. Alright, so mod, sheath, bright light. 1 and in the rest of these. 2 we're not using. Another NO1. Guessing some of these have to do. Oh, another scabbard maybe. There's a lot there. This thing only had 3 to begin with. Alright. So I'm gonna take these from the XML Medeo sent me. Thank you, Medeo. You helped me a lot. So there are no emissives. So all I'm doing is changing my material. Oh no, wrong one. There we go. I'm not 100% sure which one of these are actually going to be activating on which one, so I'm just going to replace them all. This is changing from the usual skin mesh type that the game has weapons and armor and stuff used because they're dyeable to a non-dyeable version that makes texturing and stuff looking good in the game a lot easier. Before I do that, I need to get the names. Crap. Looks like they're all using. I'm actually using a blade. So we need to take the names from here and rename our textures. So rename the N to that. Rename the dis to that. Rename the MA to that. We don't use O's. There's some kind of overlay that we don't need. If I knew which one was which I could figure out with the trial and error. It's probably something to do with this break wrapper. Yeah, I don't know what that goes for. But anyhow. No misses, so I can just do them all as they need to be. So MA. Putting in the names from the textures that we got from this original file that we renamed our textures to. And I'll just do I did that right, if I did that right, then all the textures should work for the scabbard right now. Alright, which one of you is the glow? Blade 2-0, okay. So now we need the sword. One or two blade. Wait. Yep, 01. So this is our emissive, unless there's another. Oh, is that blade or sword? Blade. Material name. Then we need all the emissive information. Rest as standard. Fine. Replace. Replace all. I feel so smart. I did a thing that everyone already knew how to do. Alright. So now we need to rename the sword textures. So this will stay the same. That one I could change. Alright, so I want the sword. Blade. Yeah. Copy, rename mine to match. Now they're renamed. Alright, so is anything else using? No. Alright, so oh wait, standard. You come here and grab all these. Copy. Is that there? That's the emissive, right? Yeah, so we'll leave that one. Alright. So these did not get changed properly. So in C short-lived. Alright, so now that all matches. Now, for our actual emissive file, this name, whatever you named it to, doesn't have to be an actual in-game texture name. Copy. Goes at the bottom of the emissive skin mesh section, right here. So that is the name that lets it know that that part glows with that. This is your color, the hexadecimal or whatever code. So this is like bright orange right now, so that's what it's going to glow as. You can change it. You can make this brighter or less, 6, and I don't know what the third one does. But that should be that. Save. Save. Alright, this is the sword. So we're gonna copy, paste those in here. Alright. Sheath. Copy and paste the sheath textures in there. And then we need this thing. I did not grab any photos of it, did I? Alright. Relaunch Bladesong. Screenshot. And we're done. Alright, grab that. Copy. New. Am I ever gonna get lucky enough for this thing to work? No. It's just a demo thing anyways. Doesn't have to be perfect. shadow on the icon probably won't hurt anyways. Color's not what it is now since I painted it, but whatever. It's not a great sword, but it's our sword. Save as. Yes. PC3. GX5. And icon. Alright. Let's see how this goes. Close these so they don't crash my thing. Rid of the old ones. Drag the new ones in. Mount. Well, let's see how long that takes. I'll be right back. Alright, let's see how it goes. gems are glowing. So there's that. Oh, I didn't put the textures in the mod. That's why they're not working. So, the scabbard one's probably fine. Sword, files, character, texture. Oh, I did. That's strange. What's going on there? Yep, the scabbard's fine. The sword is not. A red gem? Yep, a red gem. Huh. Odd. Alright, troubleshooting time. Let me do the whole thing. I messed something up, so delete. That or there's no UVs on here. What that is. Got UVs. Do this without the other thing. So I know this is a missive. Do it without any of the place all nonsense. That might be no. Copy. Might be the cost problem. I've made a few mods for this sword already, so I know it works. Oh. Did the thing. Yeah, so that's the problem. It wasn't supposed to have that big wrapper clause in it, and it did. I don't know where it came from, but that was the problem, I'm sure. Alright, so let's do textures again. MA. So if that was the problem. Those are all there. Those are all there. Put this back in. Alright. Save. Make sure that was the right one. Alright, let's try this again. There we go. Textures are in. Glowing is still working. Seems to be doing okay. Is still hidden. Sword. End game. Metal looks like metal. Wood's kind of glossy. You need to edit the textures a bit maybe. But I'm not really worried about it right now. Here we got glow effects. Scabbard's still doing good. Wood looks like wood. Scabbard meets the blade pretty well at a good point. And the icon's there. So yeah. That is a technical demonstration of me being able to create a sword in Bladesong and import it into the game so you can play with it. So if you ever wanted to create your own sword but didn't know how, don't know 3D modeling, don't want to pay someone to design it for you, get Bladesong, check it out. It's a great game. It's also just a really cool sword and anything maker. People have made all kinds of things in there. Swords, shields, firearms, robots, complete theatrical sceneries. Check out their Discord, check out their YouTube. They got a lot of cool stuff. Once again, thanks a lot to Medeo, as always, who will be thanked in my mods. For all the information he gives me. Thanks a lot to the entire Discord modding community for everything that they do to make it so people like me that barely understand how any of this actually works can make mods. And yeah, hopefully this has taught you something or you learned something. Maybe you just enjoyed it. Maybe you're excited about the fact that you can put your own sword from your own brain into the game and play with it. And if so, I hope that is something that you will want to do. Feel free to message me if you feel like getting your sword in the game. We can talk about it. I will be uploading this mod and this video as soon as I can once they're all done rendering. So thanks for watching and have fun playing the game.